Hey guys, what's up? It's Lady Calysta. Today I'm going to be talking about a new game called Fantasy Tales. It's a mobile game. I will be including the link to download down in the video description. Now, this video is sponsored by the developers of the game, so let's jump right in. Now, this game is actually pretty cool. It's basically based on two women. They're protagonists, and it's very much a good versus evil type story. So what I'm showing you guys here, you can actually see what that background story is. So you have kind of like a fallen angel and an angel kind of going head to head. The angel is aligning with the humans, and that's basically the premise of the game. Now, the game itself, you basically create a four-man squad. In this case, there are a lot of different female characters to choose from, which I thought was cool and wanted to kind of point that out to you all. And you're basically kind of auto-running through a variety of different stages, and you have the opportunity to then use your character's special skills. And you can see the fact that I'm using the special skills now. The special skills can range from anything to aggro damage, to healing, to creating a shield for your allies. So it really depends on the character itself, and you're the one that decides when you're going to be leveraging that special skill. Now, the game itself, as I mentioned, it kind of does auto run, but every 10 stages, you are going to have the opportunity to battle a boss, and if you win, you're able to go to kind of the next set of stages. So if you beat the boss after stage 89, you're able to then go to stage 90. Each of the group of 10 stages has a theme. The 80s in this case is hell. I think the 90s is heaven. And then it kind of goes on and, you know, through there. And there's a variety of different stages in this game. I believe there's about either 1,000 or 2,000. And it'll probably get larger as you go on. Now, another thing that's important to mention is they do recommend that as you're progressing through every 50 stages, that you do consider potentially doing something called a rebirth. Now, why would you want to do a rebirth and what is it? So a rebirth basically means that you start from stage 1. The reason it's so important is that if you do a rebirth, it does give you the opportunity to get something called rebirth stones. And the reason that those are so important is you can turn them in to make your characters that much stronger. So there is no way that you can kind of progress through the game without doing it. So you want to make sure you do it, but you do it in a smart way. There's also different modes within the game. This is the dungeon mode that I'm showing you guys here. You have the opportunity to pick between offense, defense, and HP. The difference is going to be on the item that it drops, kind of like where you want to focus. I picked the offense dungeon. And similarly to kind of the regular mode of the game, it will auto run through different stages. However, you decide, again, when you're going to use your special abilities. I ran it on easy so I could show you guys quickly, and you're able to acquire additional stuff. Now, here is the boss mode, and you can, again, this is kind of the theme of the game, right? You can fight the dragon depending on whether you want attack, defense, or HP. I went for the attack. I did this one on normal. You can see that in order to unlock, for example, unlock easy, unlock normal, unlock hard, or very hard, you have to complete in the regular game a certain number of levels. So the reason that you're doing all those levels and unlocking them is so you can basically open up different levels within the dungeons, different levels within the boss raids. And the reason that you want to do that is because you are basically able to acquire special items as you're kind of running through these different dungeons and different game modes. As I mentioned before, you do have the opportunity to use your special skills. Love the animation of the special skills. They're actually very well done. And each of the characters does have a completely different set of skills. Now you can see these 4 characters are the ones that I decided to kind of focus on, but you do have the opportunity very early on in the game to make a selection, and you can kind of swap them in and out. They are by no means set in stone, and you do have around, I want to say, 8 to 10 characters to choose from, and you can make sure that you're continuously leveling them all up by kind of swapping them throughout the progress of the game. Now, wanted to show you there's also a trial tower, and this is going to basically be a tower, and you are going to be fighting your way up the tower. So you're going to start in the first level. If you look at the upper left, we're in Underground 1. After you defeat kind of waves of enemies, it's going to go into Underground 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth until you reach the 10th level, and then you have kind of your boss fight. And the reason that you would do this, same reason as always, right? You want to make sure you're getting those special items and special drops. So once you finish each of your challenges, daily dungeon, the raid or the tower, it basically will drop you back in the regular game, and you can see there's a variety of different things. The ability section, guys, that's where every time you do a rebirth, those kind of red stones, those are your rebirth stones. That is exactly why you're going to use them, because they help you improve your attack, your defense, your HP. There's also the opportunity, which I thought was really cool, to do PvP here. So you're able to pick your kind of go-to team. In this case, I am going to pick the same characters that I've been kind of leveling up throughout the game, but as I'm doing that, you can see that I have a variety of different characters as well to choose from. And very similarly, you enter the waiting room, you basically pick who you want to challenge. I went ahead and picked the first person that I could. And then it puts you in this kind of neat stage where you're going to go against whatever defense team that individual person has decided to kind of put up. And you can see here, they immediately use all their special skills. I was too slow to use my special skill for my main kind of like healer, but I still won. So I just wanted to point that out. Now, then again, it'll drop you back into the regular stage, and that's how you're going to make sure that you're constantly progressing. Super fun game, lots going on, so you can't really get bored. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down below, and as usual, thank you so much for watching.